Alright, so here we are. What we want to do next is the same thing that we have here, with these blocks going up and down in a sort of random fashion, but the image that they carry needs to be a video also. A video by itself. Alright, so let's do this. First, let's go pick what that video is going to be. I'm going to load an AVI file, and I think I have one that's pretty neat. This monkey going around. There you go. Let's grab this one. This monkey is swinging back and forth. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, so let's go cut a little bit. Let's go from right here. That's going to be our in point, and all the way to the end around here. That's too many actually. Just for the test, let's go. Actually, no, that is the end point right there, and then we cut the end. That's the out point. So now we just cut the whole block, and we will keep the first. What is it? About 65 or 67 frames there. Alright, so we got this little video here. Right. And what I'll do is I'll save that as a DWA file. Initially it was either a JPEG sequence, an image sequence, or in this case it was an AVI. We loaded that AVI, and I'm going to just save it now as a dogwaffle animation, DWA. Alright, so that one is going to be in the same folder, and that one is, let's call it Blocky the monkey. Blocky the monkey. .dwa is going to be the extension. Saved. Right, so we got this video. Now I'm going to go back to the original. Where is it? Timeline. Right, and with the timeline, we've done this before. We can go and select the Perlin noise. We can give it a type. We can make the scale big. We can reduce or increase the iterations. Make it very simple and fast. Alright, so that now renders our grayscale. That's going to go up and down. We want to turn it blocky. Let's go into the transform collection here. Where are the transform filters? Here they are, and we got the mosaic look. Alright, give it a nice mosaic look, render that. Alright, so now the next thing we want to do now is to pick that DWA file we had just a second ago with the monkey swinging back and forth. That DWA file, that animation file, needs to be designated as the source for our animation, for our swap buffer. Right? And we can actually do that in two places here. We can use anima swap, use animation as swap, or now in version 7 in a more logical way right here, animated swap buffer. Let's go designate it. There it is, Blocky the monkey. That's the name we gave it, right? Let's OK that. And so now, what's happening? Well, if we work with this filter, nothing is really happening unless we use a filter that combines the main picture that we see here with the swap buffer, right? And we do have some filters that do that. I mean, for instance, here the combine part, you can mix them, and you can say how much mixing you want, right? But it's not doing the 3D here. It's just a frame buffer for buffer, transition by alpha, combine, add, different ways to combine these, right? So that's a possibility. You could do a displacement by the swap buffer, and then have the picture that's underneath it actually. And you see him swing back and forth here. You could have that control how much displacement there is to it. Right? Now, so we know that we have a video in the swap buffer, and we have a video in the main buffer. And the video comes from the file, the DWA file. That's the animation behind it. Alright, and so that's essentially ready to go. So what we'll do is simply go to the filter where we have the transforms, 3D designer. Okay. And look at that. So we have still that transform. Let's see. Let's give it a little bit more this time, but let's give it a different angle. Let's go from this side, maybe from underneath it. Backside. No. Okay, like this. And yeah, something like this here. Actually, what I'd like to do is change the angle. So it's kind of starting like this and then goes this way. So that's the bank angle. We need to have that one increment gradually. Okay, while the whole thing is animating, while these blocks are coming up and down. Alright, let's go do that. Let's give it a 1 for the bank. I don't know how much it needs. Let's just try and experiment here. So now we see the main buffer changing up and down. we see it pull the animation of the monkey from the DWA file. That's basically the source of our animation in the swap buffer. And look at that. We now have these blocks going up and down, and the monkey video is playing right on it. Alright. And there it is. So we have video with this monkey that's texture mapped onto a bunch of blocks coming up and down as an elevation map through the main buffer, and the video itself through the swap buffer. Right, well, that I think shows how you can do this. Now, of course, we can be a little bit more sophisticated and perhaps put multiple videos together into a single one and make that the source. Let's see that in the next video. Wow.